Hey everyone, Mike Burke here with InsideRealEstatePhotography.com, and in this video we're going to discuss diminishing or even completely removing rain from exterior real estate photos. So it's not ideal obviously, but as a real estate photographer there's inevitably going to be instances where we're asked to shoot in the rain. Sure, if the weather's bad we try to reschedule, but sometimes the client or agent is in a rush to get their listing up and running and they want the shoot done that day no matter what. This situation comes up fairly often, so I wanted to address it here on this channel about how to shoot and edit in this situation to greatly reduce or even eliminate raindrops from your image. Of course, if it's raining super hard and the wind is howling, there's just nothing you can do and you simply can't shoot. If it is just moderately raining though, you can still make it happen. Just keep an umbrella in your car for these situations, or better yet, there's a camera umbrella out there that attaches to the hot shoe of your camera that will keep raindrops off the lens of your camera, which is #1 priority. Also will keep your camera dry and also will keep your hands free, so you're not trying to hold an umbrella while you're trying to take pictures, which is really annoying. Yeah, it's a little silly looking, but it does the trick. I will link to it down in the description below. All right, so now let's take a look at a shot I took in the rain the other day and how to deal with this situation. Before we continue on with this video, I just want to share a quick word about our sponsor, PixelMob. Are you looking for a professional real estate photo editor to help lighten your workload? Are you having a hard time finding a good and reliable editor, or don't even know where to look for one? Or maybe you just personally struggle with editing and can't seem to achieve the professional end result that you've been looking for? If any of this sounds like you should definitely check out PixelMob. PixelMob helps take the guesswork out of finding a reputable editor and connects you with the right people to do the job. PixelMob is an awesome website that links you up with available editors capable of doing just about any sort of real estate photo editing you can imagine, including HDR blending, flambient, virtual staging, object removal, etc. The best part of all is that PixelMob vets all the editors prior to allowing them onto their platform to ensure that they can indeed deliver on what they say they can. I also really like that there's a peer review system where photographers can rate the editors from 1 to 5 stars, giving you further tools and helping you choose the best editor to work with for your particular job. The editor also does not get paid until you are satisfied with your order. If you've ever been in the search for an editor and tried a few out, then you know full well there's been such a sore need for something like PixelMob in our industry, and I really think a lot of us real estate photographers can benefit from this service. It's completely free to sign up, and if you use my link pixelmob.com/IREP, you will receive $5 in credit towards your first order, so there's no reason to at least not give it a try. You'll also find that link down in the description of this video. All right, so here we are in Lightroom. You can see it's raining here, the ground's all wet. And if I zoom in here, you can see all the rain coming down. And this is what we kind of want to eliminate here in our image. This is one image, there are 5 brackets here. So for this demonstration, I'm going to use these 5 brackets, but that's not ideal. Ideally, you want to take a bunch of single exposures at the same exposure settings, maybe like 7, 8, 9, or even 10 exposures. And the reason for that is we want raindrops to be in a bunch of different positions in the image. As we overlap these, we're going to stack these up and blend them. You'll understand more in a minute, but every picture you take, the raindrops are going to be in a different position, and for us to fade them out completely, the more frames you have to work with, the better this will be. But you'll understand the process from these 5 brackets, but just understand that's not ideal, and ideally you want to take a bunch of exposures, single exposures at the same exposure settings. All right, so the first thing I want to do here in Lightroom, since I'm using these brackets and they're different exposures, by the way, these are 5 brackets, 2 stops apart, I want these other 2 brackets next to this one to match it. So obviously this is 2 stops under, this is 2 stops over. So I just want to adjust these to hopefully match this one, because like I said, we want these all to be the same exposure. Ideally, I should have took single exposures at the same exposure, multiple of them, more than 3, like I said, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're gonna make it work with this though. So first thing I'm gonna do here is go to this underexposed image. I'm just gonna go here and go to exposure and raise it up by 2 stops. So I'm just gonna type 2 in here. So if I look at these 2, they're pretty much exactly the same exposure, and this one I want to drop down by 2 stops, so I'm going to go here and go to just -2, and now we have 3 here that are the same exposure. Of course, by adjusting these images by 2 stops, that's quite a push, so we're going to be introducing some noise into these images, so we can address that at the end when we finish off the image. All right, so the next thing I want to do is just want to select all 3 of these, and I'm going to go control click or right click, and I'm going to go to edit in, open as layers in Photoshop. All right, so now we have our 3 frames here loaded up as layers in Photoshop, obviously stacked on top of each other, and that's exactly what we want. This is a fairly simple and quick process, which is great, but as I explained earlier, as a real estate photographer, this will definitely come in handy and something you definitely want to have in your toolbox. All right, so I'm just gonna bring this middle frame up just because the rain is even more obvious in this frame, as you can see. And what we want to do here is all I'm going to do is go to the blend mode here where it says normal. And I'm going to go to darken mode. And you can see already, if I undo that, how much the rain has already disappeared and diminished. The reason for this is that darken mode, anything that's light and bright, like the raindrops, which are pretty much white, it's gonna blend that into the image underneath. And as long as the raindrops are not overlapping with the raindrops from the image underneath, they're pretty much gonna go away. And that's what I was trying to explain. The more frames you have, the better the result will be for this, because you can just keep stacking and using darken mode until basically there is no rain evident whatsoever. So that's why it's important to take a lot of frames. But you can see here it's still effective. So now if I go to this second image, I'm going to put this into darken mode. If I undo that, it slightly diminished it even more. So you can still see it a little bit here, obviously, but if we zoom out, it's hardly evident in the picture. So as I said, very quick and easy process here, but very effective. As you can see, we greatly diminished the rain here. And like I said, if I had more single frames here to work with, we could diminish it even more. But zoomed out here, you can't even tell there's raindrops really at all. So I think this is totally an acceptable image now to use. We got rid of the obvious raindrops, so you know, it was still effective even though I didn't have all those single frames. So now just to finish this image off, if I select all these layers and control click and just go to merge layers, I'll just merge them down into one. All right, so now we're merged down to one layer. I'm gonna do camera raw filter up here, which is Shift Command A. And that basically brings up Lightroom controls here, more or less. So I just wanna, you know, adjust some of the foreground exposure here. I'm gonna raise the shadows, try to brighten this up so it doesn't look like a gloomy day. So I'm just gonna do that. Exposure and shadows, really, that's about it. Maybe bring the highlights down. Something like that, just concentrating on the foreground here to where it looks fairly bright and better. So I'm gonna hit OK on that. And now I'm just gonna go to edit. I'm gonna go to sky replacement here. So here we have inside real estate photography, sky replacement pack. So this is a sky replacement pack that I created myself. I shot all these images myself specifically for the use for real estate photos. So if you're interested in this, I have a link to it down in the description below. So there's a bunch of choices here for skies. Maybe we'll not go super blue. Maybe we'll do something like this that has a little bit of cloud cover in it. I think that kind of goes with the vibe a little bit better than just straight blue sky. Obviously it's not super sunny here with like shadows and stuff. So a little bit of cloud in the sky I think is a good thing for this sort of scenario. So I'm just gonna go OK on that. So this looks fairly good now. I'm just gonna merge these down now, and I'm just gonna save this image, which will bounce it back over to Lightroom, and that's just finished it off here. So here we have the image back in Lightroom. I might do a little cropping here. I'd love to get rid of this road. We can Photoshop this and just fill this in with grass too. The grass doesn't look too good here either, but whatever, it is what it is. You can do a grass replacement as well. First, let's zoom in here. Like I said, you might have introduced some noise during this process by raising the exposure. It's really not that bad, but if you want to reduce the noise, you can come down here, go to manual noise reduction, and just kind of up this slider a bit. You can see here, you always want to look in the shadows. Usually that's where you can see the noise, and it will also, you know, you got to be careful with this. You don't want to go too crazy because it will soften your image a little bit. And we do want to sharpen it too. Looking at the detail here, when is it really kind of sharpening up and popping? You know, somewhere around there. So if I kind of go before and after, you can see kind of what it's doing. And the noise reduction is actually helping get rid of some of those leftover raindrops that are there too. So that kind of smoothed that out as well. So you know, that's a little bit better in that regard. And it's a little sharper now. I always add sharpening no matter what. And then I also usually add a little clarity too. Always actually add a little clarity. And you can make any more little last adjustment tweaks here. A lot of times for outdoors, I'll add a little vibrance. You can see that just made it come alive a little bit more with the color, brought some of the colors out here. so it's not so drab looking, especially since it was raining. You might even want to go a little heavier on the vibrance, just to make it look a little bit less like it was in cloudy weather. So, all right guys, so that's the handy little trick for getting rid of raindrops in your exterior real estate photos. I just want to give a quick shout out to my friend Ryan Stewart out there who turned me on to this little trick. So thank you, Ryan. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. I really appreciate your support. Also, like I mentioned, down in the description below, there's links to my sky replacement pack. I have editing practice packs down there where you edit alongside me with a full set of images alongside a video where I take you through image by image how to edit it. I have one for Flambient, HDR. Also down in the description below is a link to my Patreon page where you get access to my private Discord group. My friend Ryan is in there and a bunch of other great real estate photographers. So a lot of great stuff down there, gear recommendations, check it all out. Thanks again so much for watching this video, and I'll see you again soon on the next one.